In this video we will create an object method to make a kangaroo complete one hop. Add a kangaroo to the world and adjust its position so that it has space to hop forward. Create a new custom object method to make the kangaroo hop. Call the method hop. Give the method a purpose that describes this aim. Task PR04 now says to create the code and gives you a basic algorithm. Use the primitive methods, that is, the methods that can be applied to any object, to complete the code. To test the method, switch to the world.main tab and drop the hop method into its code area. Now press the play button at the top left of the window and watch the outcome. Close this window when the kangaroo has completed its hop. You will have noticed that this is very basic, and because we have not told Alice to do anything else, not even the legs move when the kangaroo hops. You may have also noticed that it hops quite slowly. To change the speed with which the kangaroo hops, we need to adjust the duration of each primitive method. The default length of time for most primitive methods is 1 second. Click on the More menu at the end of the first primitive method in your hop code and change the duration to 0.5 seconds. Do this for each of the other lines of code and test it again by pressing play. As a little bit of an extension to this, it is wise to add a numerical method variable with a name like half a hop by clicking the Add a Variable button. Set its value to be 0.5 as shown. Now change the duration of each line of code to be this variable. Practically, this means that we only have to change the half a hop time in one place rather than each line of code, and it can be useful if we wish to see what is happening more slowly, for example by setting its value to 2 seconds, like this. Or if we want the kangaroo to hop very quickly, we can set it to a smaller value, for example 0.1, and it looks like this. For now, let us reset the value of half a hop to 0.5. Task PR04 now suggests to add leg movement to the kangaroo by turning both legs forwards and backwards 0.1 revolutions. Remember to change the duration of each of these commands to the variable half a hop. watch the hop again and notice the slight improvement. More movements of other body parts can be added so that the kangaroo looks more realistic. The only thing to remember is that the movements grouped in the first DoTogether group are all executed at the same time, and then, as DoInOrder is the default way commands are sequenced in Alice, the second DoTogether group is executed. Finally, when you have completed the rest of task PR04, you should export your kangaroo as a class. To do this, right-click on the kangaroo in the object list and choose Save Object from the drop-down list. You will note that by default the class is saved with a capital letter starting with the name and the appropriate Alice file extension. This class can be imported into future projects, and all the custom methods like hop you have created will be available without having to reprogram them. The next video in the series will look at using variables or parameters in say or think primitive methods, and how the way Alice stores its variables impacts the complexity of some of our statements.